Well, when I first came in and I told the vocations director that I would like to enter for the Archdiocese, we did talk about where I would go, and we ended up agreeing upon the Josephinum in Columbus, Ohio, which is a college seminary program. And I didn't know a whole lot about seminary life for the Archdiocese. My older brother was already in a seminary, so I wasn't totally, it wasn't like I knew nothing, but I wasn't too aware. I just knew that we studied and that there was a life of prayer and structure and so on and so forth. I think what impressed me when I first arrived, so I'd been at UNO for a couple of years, and I had been in places where there wasn't prayer in the classroom and where there wasn't a spiritual focus about the activities of the day. Arriving in seminary, it was really clear that this was a group of people who knew what life was about and who were pretty driven, and that it was a really prayerful place, and that it was a Christian community. I was blessed to be in the seminary at a time that I think was a very positive time. We had really good faculty and a good sense of brotherhood amongst the men, and so it was a joy to be part of that community. It was just a lot of fun. I remember we had a football game each year on All Saints Day called the Mud Bowl, and as a college guys would play against the guys in theology, so the post-grad guys. And we began practicing like the week we arrived in August for that November 1st game, and we practiced for like 2.5 months for this thing. And we all, guys were shaving their heads, and it was really intense. And I just remember being impressed by we had a lot of fun, and we were about what we were about, but it was really a good place to be. It was a good time. Were there any surprises? I don't know. I think I was just so open to just being where I was, and I really didn't have a lot of expectations. I tried not to put expectations on it. So nothing was like, oh, whoa. There were no real surprises in that sense. But it was just a positive time. College seminary was really wonderful. A happy time. Near the end of my time in college seminary, I spoke with the vocations director again. I said, where do I need to look at? What do I need to do in order to get ready for theology school? I was planning on moving ahead in my studies. And he gave me a few choices. He said, you can stay in Columbus, Ohio. You can go out to Maryland if you'd like, or you can go to the North American College in Rome. And so I said, okay, I'll go to Rome. Fine, if you wish, I'll go to Rome. And then I did my theology studies there, and it was a wonderful privilege and an experience that I'm grateful for, that has formed me in a lot of different ways. But I ended up living there for 5 years and did my studies there, and again, had a great time there. There are probably more surprises there just because I was in a different country and a different culture. But again, the same kind of things stuck through. I mean, it was definitely a place where people knew what they were about. It was a very Christian house. I really appreciated the faculty that we had there. And the sense of unity of purpose amongst the men was just very good. And so it was a privilege to be there. I think that being in seminary formed me as a man. I mean, especially in college seminary, I just recognized that I had become a better man simply for having been there. And if I had left, say if I had discerned that this wasn't for me after a year or after a year and a half, I would have had nothing but gratitude for the opportunity to have been in that kind of place. And it would have made me, I had no doubt even while I was there, that it would have made me a better husband or a better businessman or a better counselor or a better teacher or whatever, however I would have expressed my vocation had I not been called to the priesthood, would have been improved by my time in seminary. So it was a beautiful experience, and sometimes when I'm really busy in the parish and stuff, sometimes I think, oh man, I wish I could be back there where things were just a little easier, but but it was really good.